Hi everybody, welcome to the Thursday edition of 251 a week. On Monday we laid out a really cool Jethro Burns type riff, and here it is. So this is going to be in the key of B. Okay, so we're dealing with the 5 chord, which is an F sharp, right? And here's the riff first, then we'll talk about it. Okay, pretty simple. Down here on the mandolin, move out of the way. So the best way to think about this is, oh, wait a minute, first let's do it also in F. And I'll tell you why later. So here it is in F. So if we're in the key of F, right, the 5 of F is C. There it is. So we're going to start with the C chord. Or we could go down here. Sorry, C. So the way to look at these is find the 5 chord. And this is, like we talked about on Monday, we're cheating a little bit because we're not including the 2, the poor little 2. So we're just looking at the 5 chord and playing right over a 2-5-1 progression using only the 5 chord. Or if you get an extended 5 chord, 2 bars of a 5 chord, you can use this little riff. It starts with the, let's go back to B, right? So now the 5 is F sharp, and here's our little F sharp pattern, right? Then you back that off to an E, and back that off a half step to an E flat minor, and walk back to the B. So you can think of it as going down the scale, starting at the 5, which is the F sharp, down a whole step to the F, down a half step to the E flat. So it's kind of like 5, 4, 3. There's our little 2 that didn't happen, and 1 is back to the B, if that makes any sense. I think of it sometimes, if here's the F sharp, right? It's an F sharp 7th. Well, you take that F sharp, F, E. Now you build off of that. But of course we're going back. And in the mandolin, we really only have 2 options. If you look at, let's stay with F sharp again. There's, from here to here. There's our octave, or flat 7, and here's 3, 1, 3, 5, 1. So we can use that shape. Now back that off a whole step, back that off a half step, right? If we're in, you can try and use some open strings. Here's an F sharp right here. This is cool. Now you shift to the open E to use our E, open strings rather. F sharp, E, back it off to the E flat. So it really does either rely on that shape or that shape, right? And everything falls in between. Pretty simple, not easy, and I've been working it all week long, trying to get it up to speed. So I'm gonna keep it in my head. Kept me up last night, going over it and over it and over it and over it. So good luck with that. Send an email. Go to sims251.com. sims251.com, and all the PDFs are there. Shoot me a note, and all the contact is there. And good luck, and we'll see you next week. Thanks. And thank you, Jethro Burns. Hi, everybody.